Grab your money, grab your keys. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing Teenage Bottlerocket's Ready to Roll and see what this album does to their ranking as my 165th favorite band of all time, Space and Coffee. That is not a low ranking, as I've suffered through the complete catalogs of probably 500 bands now. So I picked you up at 7:45, and why do people say it that way? A 25-8? Just say 777 AP or whatever time you meant. In any case, the opening and the title track is not an intro, and this is a Misfits style anthem wrapped in a Bottlerocket package that's exploding in your hand, not mine. I still have all my digits, all my fingers. So the title track goes in my winner bin, and that will not come up at all for the rest of the video. She's the Shit is up next, and while this one has been out for quite a while, I kept hitting skip on it every time the Spotify would throw it up, and I don't know why. Whether I was saving myself for when I and this album were married, or its opening chords just irritated me right off the bat, it's unclear. But She's the Shit is amazing. It's a Ramones-inspired bop about a girl that doesn't know about Indiana Jones or Star Wars. We've all been there, right? Those girls that know nothing about our nerdy interest. And those girls that know nothing about our nerdy interest are tight. Taquero is the proprietor. The word means taquero is the proprietor of a taco truck, and oh man, I see those everywhere that I go around here, and I'm always wanting to just crash my 2012 Honda Accord white, just right through it and just eat all the food in the taco trucks because taco trucks are the shit. And this song is not at that level. I don't think you should refer to taco trucks unless you're like bringing on like Jesus of Suburbia or Homecoming levels of rock and roll. But it's an okay song. It's all right. I wish that it hadn't mentioned taco trucks when there's no taco trucks being delivered to me while I'm listening to this record. It was very disappointing. Postmodern depression brings up Savior's era Green Day sounds with crunchy guitars up front. The crunchy guitars are also in the center, in the butt. It's a breakup song about turning blue as a singular ball, and it's one of my favorites. That was a reference to my favorite Teenage Bottlerocket song, I Found the One. She's as perfect as she seems, the star of all of my wet dreams. I found the girl. I didn't find her. True to You gives us a much needed break from the straight, in-your-face pop-punk sound with some 1980s synthesizers in the mix and saccharine vocals that probably will ignore whoever is a Teenage Bottlerocket fan that's still obsessed with that stupid old school punk rock train of thought. You could probably play this in front of some family members and they wouldn't go screaming in horror. Another experimental track on side B of this record is I Figured Out That I'm Stupid, which I think is my favorite. And it leans into this synth-heavy and blurry lens kind of emotion, which is really great. This band does really well in that facade, in that emotional space. So while Ready to Rock does deliver what Teenage Bottlerocket fans are fans of, I really enjoy the detours and kind of the swerves that go in that direction. And it's pretty cool that it seems like maybe they recorded a lot of this stuff because there's these two split up songs that are both in that really, that fuzzy kind of 1980s feel, and it's really cool, really special. I guess I wouldn't want an entire Teenage Bottlerocket album to sound like that, but maybe a side project or some kind. I think Teenage Bottlerocket are the network, so maybe they could do that in the network. That would be cool. Like I said, musically, this album is classic Teenage Bottlerocket with splashes of classic rock when you need it, and a solo that is stolen or homaged, a solo that is homaged straight from the Offspring's The Kids Aren't Alright, and that is on the track Giant Bugs from Q13. I actually tried to do some research about if there was a planet called Q13. I was going to go there and see if there were giant bugs there, but all I could find was Planet 13, world's largest cannabis entertainment complex. I still might go there and see if there are bugs or roaches around there, but there's no Planet Q13, so the lyrics Teenage Bottlerocket are inauthentic. They're singing about planets that don't exist. Or maybe it does. Maybe they discovered Planet Q13 and they named it Q13. Maybe they're talking about Earth. Think about it. I'm probably a moron. I don't know what I want to be for Halloween reminds us that All Hallows Eve is nearly upon us. And Teenage Bottlerocket, they were my 165th favorite band before this record. But which way does Ready to Roll make them roll? Up or down in my ranking system? Now, you know, they were not near the top, so sometimes when a band is lower in the list, even if an album is not perfect or like a record of the year or in my top 10 or anything, sometimes a band can, you know, one or two songs on an album can bump them up greatly, and I think that's what's going to happen here with the percentages that we're looking at. Ready to Roll is a solid 2 out of 5 album, and thus bumps Teenage Bottlerocket all the way up from 165 to 150. They moved up, 15 spots. They're my 150th favorite band, getting them the way from the awful Kanye West, and now Teenage Bottlerocket are able to have a much more relaxed camaraderie with the likes of H2O, The Used, and Simple Plan.
I found the one. Yeah, she doesn't fuck the man. And turn my world upside down. I found the girl. I found the one.